Welcome to Write Now Workshop Podcast, where you can write a book and change the world. I'm your host, Kitty Bucholtz, and this is episode 210, Just Ask, coming to you on Sunday, September 6, 2020. 2020 has not been a kind year to many people, and a lot of people have found it a really hard year. You might have been one of them. But no matter if you do or don't still have the job that you had at the beginning of the year, if things are going okay or things are totally falling apart for you, no matter where we are in life, whether it's 2020 or some other time, there are times when we just need somebody to give us some words of encouragement. Now, not only is that the reason why I do this episode on the first Sunday of every month, because I really do want to be one of the friends in your life who encourage you with whatever you've got going on. You know, specifically, this is a writing podcast, and I try to make sure that I'm encouraging you to keep writing, don't give up, keep looking for ways that you can become better, sell more books, write better books. But sometimes we also just need encouragement on a personal level, and not necessarily even because there's this thing that went wrong. Last week, I wrote a post on Facebook that said, bit of a tough day/week, would love some encouraging words. And I just put it with one of those, pretty backgrounds that you can do that makes it a big colorful square. And it wasn't that there was anything really humongous happening. It's just that it was a whole bunch of little things. And you know how it is. Sometimes the whole bunch of little things can be more annoying and harder to deal with than one big thing where you can just figure out, this is what I'm going to do to fix this big thing. I was just having a day. Been having email problems for over a month, which has been so frustrating because it's been kind of messing up some things in my business. And I've been really tired of running. I'm supposed to run. I am going to run a half marathon pretend race next Sunday because it's the day that would have been the Copenhagen half marathon if it hadn't been canceled. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it because if I don't keep training for it over this whole summer, then I'll just sit on the couch and become a whiter blob. And I don't want to become a whiter blob. So I kept running, and next Sunday I'm going to run a half marathon distance with my friend Rob David. But my back's been hurting. It turns out that some of my shin/ankle problems got fixed with new shoes. Yay! So on the one hand, bummer, I had to go shopping. I don't really like shopping. I had to spend a lot of money on running shoes because they're really expensive to get good ones. But on the other hand, my feet, ankles, shins stopped hurting. So I was like, oh, well, right. Definitely a good choice. But sometimes you just don't know what the answer is for the things that are ailing you. I have no idea what the problem is with my email. I have no idea why it can't be fixed. It's just frustrating. And now I just want to walk away from it and not deal with it and not check email and just pretend that all the people trying to get a hold of me are perfectly fine with me not answering them. Anyway, it was just one of those weeks. And so I was pretty sure that I wouldn't have to post very much, just say, hey, I'd love somebody to say something encouraging to me today. What I didn't exactly expect was to have 64 comments. Now, 64 comments includes some of my replies to them, but there were more than 40 comments from people just saying nice things. Some of them were like such nice things that I was like, I've got to save this post. This is so nice. And other things were like, keep going, girl. And, the kinds of things that just make you go, yep, that's what I needed. I just needed someone to be like, yep, sometimes we have hard days and then we get through them and then life is better. So here's the thing. If I hadn't asked, I probably wouldn't have gotten anything like that on that day or any time last week. I mean, how often do you just randomly go post on your friend's Facebook page or randomly send them an email saying, thinking about you, hope everything is great, and, hope you're having a great day. And I don't know, I send emails like that sometimes, but sadly, not very regularly. We have lives and we have personalities that don't necessarily match that kind of outreach. we have lots of things that keep us busy. I think probably most of us think about a lot of friends and family members and people that we don't see with nostalgia, longing, a feeling of, oh, I really miss this person. I haven't seen them for so long. I wonder how they're doing. Like lots of people feel that way, say things like that in their own mind, but hardly ever do we really reach out. And even if we're one of those people who do, like mostly it's just not part of people's lives, right? So I don't want to make you feel like, but I feel bad and I don't want to ask. But here's the thing. If you need encouragement, there are lots and lots of people in your life, people that you know really well and people that you hardly know at all. And Facebook and social media can be a great place to get a lot of people saying, chin up, keep going. I believe in you, whatever's going on, give me a call if you want. And like, there's all those things. People are willing to definitely hold each other up. But mostly we have to let people know today's one of those days that I need that. So just ask. I know that for some of us, that's a hard thing to think about because there's a lot of people that are way less extroverted than me. And introverts, I think, may be part of the personality. I don't know. It's just not wanting to ask for help, not wanting to reach out. But also, it's just a personality trait some people have in general. I have no idea if it is more so in introverts than extroverts. I'm just sort of guessing that. And since writers do tend to be more on the introvert side, my guess is that you are also one of those people that it's kind of hard to just say, hey, somebody say something nice to me today. I just need that. But when you ask, you pretty much usually receive, unless you're asking someplace that is just you don't have a lot of friends there or something. I'm not sure I would have gotten the same kind of response on Twitter because Twitter's just not a place I spend a ton of time, a little bit. I actually reply more to other people's posts on Twitter rather than posting my own. But there are places that that your friends are at. The people who love you are there. And sometimes it's a matter of sending a WhatsApp message or, any kind of other texting or messenger message to a single friend, one that is almost always, available and on and willing to, say the nice thing that you just needed to hear. But mostly we need to remember that we just have to ask. Just ask, and people are going to surprise you with how much they are happy to tell you how much they love you and how much they think that you're an awesome person. So, for yourself, this episode is really for you. Just ask when you need a little bit of encouragement, and I bet you will get more than you expected. People are generally really, really wonderful and kind and good. And that's hard to keep in mind and remember and believe when we watch the news. For me, especially in 2020, this year, I just have been thinking all people suck and all people are terrible and what is wrong with all people everywhere. And of course, that's not true. It just feels true because of the way that we're getting fed information. But your friends do love you. That's why they're your friends. So ask them. And also look for people who maybe are sort of asking and that they need a little boost and that you can give them a little bit of encouragement. Maybe just the way somebody posted something makes you wonder, I wonder if they're having a tough day. And you can just write a quick reply that says, thinking of you, I hope you're well. Hoping that you're having a great day. Let me know how you're doing. Whatever it is the normal way that you would interact with that person, that friend. So, yeah, I think this is a really good year for us to remember that encouragement is something that we all really need. And mostly, I think that we can all find it. I know that there may be somebody listening who is just in a position right now in life where whether you've moved to a new town or you just don't feel connected from your friends and family for, reasons that only you understand. I know that there's a few people who might be like, I still don't think that it will work. First of all, I want you to try. If you need it, I want you to try. But also, please hear me say, I support you. And I am cheering for you. And I know that even if you're having a tough day or a tough week or a tough whole year, I've been through tough whole years. I've been through tough whole a couple of years. And as much as it can be horrible, you get through it. And then you are more compassionate and understanding other people when they go through it. So there are good things that will come out of it. And there are good things that will come out of this year. And if you're having a good year and you're feeling maybe a little bit guilty that you're having a good year, raise your hand if you feel that way. Yeah, that's me raising my hand. I feel a little bit bad because mostly I have had a really great year. I've gotten a ton of work done. I'm super excited about the books that I'm writing and the programs that I'm teaching. And I just am happy about the direction that my life is taking. I feel super excited about the clients I'm working with and how many of them are getting a ton of writing done and finishing books. And it makes me so happy. So if you're having a really good year, try not to feel guilty about the fact that your year is going well. It can be hard. That's the other side. The flip side of all of this hard stuff going on is that if it's not feeling like it's affecting you too much, it can make you feel a little bit guilty for just being happy that life is good. So don't feel guilty, but just think about like, who else can I encourage today? And, just because we're writers, and this tends to be the way that my mind eventually spins around, I start going, okay, so how does this apply to my characters? So really, this episode is for you. But at the end, I'm just saying, how can it apply to my characters? Who notices and who doesn't notice that somebody around them is having a bad day? And how does that affect the interactions? And how does that affect the relationships for a short time or a long period of time? Yeah, that's what we do, right? We take our own lives and then we imagine, so what happens when this thing happens to these imaginary people that I know, air quotes. I hope this has been helpful. I love doing these episodes for you. I love encouraging you. And I would love to hear whether or not you like these episodes, whether or not you're enjoying the podcast, because, everybody needs a little encouragement sometimes, right? So let me know. I have every intention of continuing, so don't worry. I'm not thinking about quitting. But it's good to know, like, are you getting what you want out of it? Are you feeling like this is worth the minutes that it takes to listen to an episode? And I am totally fine if you're listening to it on 1.5 speed or double speed, because we have a lot of great information out in the world that we can consume, particularly in audio format, podcasts and audiobooks. Man, part of the reason why I'm planning on going for a bike ride today is because I'm like, ooh, that gives me an opportunity to listen to this audiobook that I've been reading, sort of, by Malcolm Gladwell. It's so interesting. So just ask if you need some encouragement, and read between the lines and see who is not asking, but maybe they're sort of asking for encouragement, who's a part of your circle in your life, and maybe see what you can do with it with your characters. I hope you're having a great week. Tune in on Thursday for a really interesting episode where we talk to Jennifer Dornbush about novelizing true crime. Ooh, very exciting. All right. Have a great day, a great month, and we will talk to you again soon.